Considering hybrid model, adaptation for agile, sprint delivery, getting impact, please share your view.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say that it's a bit of a challenge, I think, for anybody, because you have to, the key there to manage the sprints properly is not only to plan the sprint, but to plan where your bodies are. What is going on in the lives of the bodies that have to deliver on these sprints? It's not, as much as we have all of technology, there's people behind the technology. We have to respect the fact that there are still people getting sick, whether it's with COVID or colds or allergies or whatever. We still have to respect the fact that not everybody wants to work from home, or they want to work from home part-time. So I find that when planning sprints, I literally start with the question of, okay, where does everybody see themselves physically over the next time span? Will they be on vacation? Do they have doctor's appointments? Do they have to take their kids to the doctors? Do they have to, I mean, I'm fortunate that nobody finds it offensive if I want to find out, do they have lives outside of the work? Because that can affect sprint timing, especially when I have teams that may be 6 hours ahead of where I am, or 3 hours behind me, or in the case of when I deal with folks from India, they're 10 hours ahead of me. Like we have to do the math. It's like 12 hours minus 2 ahead, like, type of thing. Anyhow, so yeah, I mean, it's really important to remember the person that you have to work with when planning the sprint. Now, doesn't mean that things can't happen, but I think you also have to be reasonable and work with the team to have reasonable sprint goals. Sometimes people are like, oh, we have pressure and we have to deliver and we have this. And you really have to suss out, what are your constraints? What are your dependencies? I mean, beyond the resources, are there other projects? Are there other sprints? Are there, is there something that's going to happen? Like in Canada 2 weeks ago, communications for half the country went down because one of our 2 main providers had a major outage. So people were dead in the water for over 24 hours. I think in some cases, people were still unable to use internet or cell phone service for 4 days. So anyhow, I mean, these are things like, I find that as much as you can learn about Agile and how to plan a sprint, I think you have to take a greater look at the organic stuff that can impact your planning. And that's where it's important as a program manager to have that level of trust, so that in a way people can help you anticipate an issue, like an issue or a risk or whatever, and then you can kind of pivot pretty quickly.